Hi guys, and welcome back. It's been some time since I uploaded a video, and today we are looking at the new OCR GCSE economics specification, and particularly we're looking at the Analyse question. This will be very beneficial for my students who are about to do their trial exam tomorrow. So let's cut to the chase here. Analyse questions are marked out of 6. They are based upon a levels marking system. Level 1 out of 2, level 3 out of 4, and level 3 out of 6. You, of course, candidates, want to be here in the 6 out of 6. Let me tell you how people last year struggled to get into the 6 out of 6. And to explain this, we need to look at the marking block, the marking grid that the examiners use for level 1. So level 1 is worth 2 marks, and I'll just talk about these very briefly. So that in the mark scheme you'll see AO1A, which means have you got some basic knowledge, AO2, have you applied, and AO3, have you analysed. Now you can see the breakdown in level 1 for 2 marks. The breakdown is 1 mark for knowledge and 1 mark for a point of analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Now if you do not have a point of analysis, which will limit you to level 1, it means you cannot climb the ladder into level 2 or level 3. So you must get a point of analysis into your answer. And there are some useful phrases that I would urge you to use in order to do that. So when we're analysing, we're considering the impact of something. So consider using phrases such as this can cause, this leads to, therefore, this happens because, this results in. All of those phrases will then prompt you to put some type of analysis statement or phrase into your answer. If you wrote an extensive answer, which some candidates did last summer, and it was simply knowledge and then a lot of application, unfortunately you would not climb out of level 1 because there's no analysis and therefore you're limited to level 1. So analysis, very important, and obviously it's important because the question is all about analyse. So level 2 then, knowledge mark, AO2, application, so 1 mark being awarded for application and then 2 marks for analysis, again using these points. And to get your application mark, so to get your 1 mark here, it's often useful to just quote the stem of the question. So if the stem of the question was something along the lines of analyse the consequences of unemployment, for example. Well, if you just re-quote and restate the question back to the examiner and say, the consequences of unemployment are, well, and you then state a couple of things, then you are doing some application. So that's quite an easy thing to do. So basic knowledge, re-quote the question in your answer and give a couple of points, will get you your application marks. And that then brings us to level 3, where we've got the same AO1, 1 mark, 2 marks this time for application. So you would need a couple of consequences identified, and then 3 marks for analysis. Now, in order to get the analysis marks, you really do need, you would need 2 separate application points well explained, or well analysed, should I say. So you would need 2 of these statements, so the consequences of unemployment are an increase in transfer earnings paid by the government, for example. So that would be your application point. Then you would need to put a point of analysis onto that. So you could say something along the lines of, if unemployment goes up, more people find themselves out of work, therefore the government has to perhaps increase taxes in order to cover the increased transfer payments. So that type of thing would cover off your analysis. And then that would give you 1 point, well applied, well analysed, and then you do that again for a second time. Another important point to remember here is that marks are awarded in the scripts for diagrams. So it's often useful to add a diagram because you can get applications, sometimes analysis marks as well, so if you're showing the direction of travel, for example, on a demand or supply curve, direction of travel of quantities demanded and supplied and prices and so on. Then your application, then one of these useful phrases. Do that twice, not the diagram obviously, but these 2 points, do that twice and that'll get you your 6 out of 6. But the important thing, and I come back to this, which is what I started with, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't include any analysis, your whole answer will be limited to mark band 1 and you will not be able to climb to mark band 2, level 2, or mark band 3, level 3. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave it at that. Bye for now.